What could go wrong? Many of you might be hearing me say, what could possibly go wrong? Well, something happened. Something very stupid happened, and it's a he said, she said. I find it very suspicious that it took place, and a lot of things could go wrong if people don't start stepping up and asking, "Hey, hey, please, let's not try and create an atomic wasteland," because as it stands right now, somebody did a drone strike on the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. You want Fallout or Godzilla or some other kind of mutant mayhem? Because this is how you get it. Or better yet, if you want a dead planet, this is how you get it. Um, and yes, this is very real. You got a couple people. You got people accusing Ukraine of doing the strike. You got people accusing Russia of doing the strike. And probably, hey, here's Zelensky's face, realizing that the money train is over. I don't know if he's okay, but probably somebody's telling him, hey, look, we ain't going to get that cash money anymore. He's probably thinking in his head, and look, this is a random video that I found, but this is the face of somebody who realizes that the party's over, and the party could be over for all of us if we don't put a stop to this. Case in point, right here. That's one area in which the shield dome was hit. What could go wrong? A lot of things could go wrong. And by the way, if you haven't, of all the places to hit, why would you strike this place? Now, I'm pretty sure the Russians and everybody else in that region are very familiar and still traumatized by the Chernobyl disaster. Now, I don't want to make accusations or anything, but it's real easy to blame Putin or anybody else here. But it's just rather suspicious that as peace talks are pushing forward, as Trump has indicated that he wants the war to end, that automatically on today of all day, Valentine's Day, which was predicted to be the end of the world, February 14th, 2025. It's a bummer. If you know the Ghostbusters reference, I love you. But here you go. Striking the goddamn power plant. What could go wrong? A lot could go wrong. Here's another. What could possibly go wrong of the strike hitting? So there's a couple of he said, she said. People are talking. First of all, CNN says Ukraine says Russia drone attack hits Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Radiations, thank goodness for the moment, levels are normal. All right. A Russian drone attack, but yet, hold on. We got this too from RT, just a trigger to libs. The Russian military does not target nuclear infrastructure, including what remains on the site of the destroyed Chernobyl power plant, Kremlin spokesperson said. Again, Ukrainian leader Vladimir Zelensky had alleged earlier in the day that a Russian drone had attacked the containment structure built over what remains of the Soviet power facility, which was devastated in the 1986 disaster. Zelensky reported significant damage in the incident. And of course, CNN, in its infinite wisdom, the strike hit the concrete shelter that covers the plant's destroyed former forced power unit, sparking a fire that was later extinguished, he said. Chernobyl was the site of the 1986 disaster because, hey, who doesn't want to cause another disaster, right? The International Atomic Energy Agency, the AIEA, the UN's nuclear watchdog, said that its team at the site heard a large explosion shortly before 2 a.m. local time Friday. Despite significant damage to the shelter, Zelensky said radiation levels have not increased. Ukraine's state of emergency service has also said radiation levels in the area remain within normal limits. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said Friday that Moscow was not behind the attack. Most likely, this is yet another provocation. This is exactly the kind of thing the Kiev regime is known for and sometimes does not hesitate to do. Just like, remember, the Nord Stream pipeline. Remember how that blew up and everyone was accusing Russia? But yet, the Nord Stream pipeline was natural gas coming from Russia going into Germany, which Russia was making money off of. So you're going to tell me they invested all that money just to blow up their pipeline and cause an ecological disaster. And yet, if you were to point that out on CNN or any other media outlet, oh, you'd be classified as a hater, a Putin puppet, all the other good stuff until we all kind of knew the jig was up when the New York Times did an article. Maybe it's best we don't look into what happened to the Nord Stream pipeline. And then as time progressed on further and further, oh, it might have been done by Ukrainian proxies. Anyone still going to look into the fact that Zelensky said he doesn't know where $100 billion went? Because maybe he's realizing that the whole show is over, that the party is dying down, that the music is dying down. Now, the alleged drone incident right now, as it is being reported, and I'm seeing here pulled up on my screen, the incident came days after U.S. President Donald Trump ruled out Ukraine's accession into NATO, as we covered on the show, because Trump has indicated that Ukraine isn't ready to be part of NATO. And he's with that. He's also, or restoration or control all of its areas of its claimed territories as part of potential peace deal with Russia. Zelensky had previously called both goals essential for Ukraine's interests. Listen, Zelensky, I don't think that's going to happen. Plus, people want to know where the money is, Lebowski. But the last thing any one of us wants is a goddamn radioactive disaster across the board. Across the board where everything's radiated. Whoever launches attack. Because right now you have peace talks happening between Russia and the United States. The dumbest thing ever would be the opposite side striking at a very sensitive area. Why is it that of all times now, it's going to be struck? I hope a peace deal can be achieved, and I sure hope it's not going to be undermined, especially by those who benefited from U.S. money. Because heaven forbid this war continues on. So many people died, and to make such ridiculous risks now, especially at an area in which the future of humanity was almost put at risk, is a foolish move. Keep your heads on a swivel here, folks, and make sure you have a nuclear shelter available. Because I see some people acting really stupid if this peace deal happens and they're not going to get what they want, because the thing is, this war was ridiculous. The Democrats could have stopped it years ago. They could have been more effective about it. And because of it now, we are in this position where any single movement or things that are done could instigate actions and consequences from the other side. What could go wrong with striking the Chernobyl power plant? The answer is a lot.